So welcome everybody to Grant's channel. Theme of tonight is bad decisions. And if you couldn't tell, that's why we're tearing down a 2J.
Welcome everybody back to the channel. On today's episode, hopefully I don't get stung by a wasp. I don't know, for some reason they're back today, even though it's been freezing outside. Not really a big deal, but today's a good day, because as you probably read from the title, we've got an engine. It is a 2JZ out of an IS300 from like 2004 or whatever. I don't know, it's 2JZ. So it's heavy as hell. We got to get the auto trans off. Use this baby to put it on that baby. Alright guys, the engine is on the engine stand. It is good to go. It is nice and tight. It's not even being held up anymore. I showed taking the trans off and everything like that. And I didn't show necessarily putting the engine on the engine stand. Mostly because my mom watches this channel and she would not approve of that method. But it's on here and I'm safe and I still have all my toes. Worked. Alright, so the next thing is we're going to take this chain off, and then we're going to go over exactly what our plan is with this behemoth. Alright, the first thing we're going to do on this engine is take it apart. We've got a slew, good word, of new parts over there, and we've got a lot of things on here that are not going to stay. So like this intake manifold that goes from the intake side up and curves around the engine, and then you came down over here on the inside of the engine bay because it's good for torque, according to Frankie. Frankie was in air quotes. Frankie's an air quote kind of guy. And we don't want that. We don't want torque. Well, we do want torque, but the big deal with these is that it's creating more space on the top that we have to fit under that hood. We don't want, it's not, we're getting rid of it. We're getting rid of it. I can't speak, whatever. And we're gonna have this nice flowing new one out the front with the new throttle body. It's cable and not electronic. Like this one, that's what that stupid little I stands for. And it's a pain in the butt. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna do it by cable, like a real American. The Japanese motor. We're gonna hop on this. So we're gonna take the wiring harness off first, because there's a lot of it. We'll take off miscellaneous tubes and whatnot. And then we're going to drain the oil so that I don't make a huge mess, only sorta a huge mess. Yeah. So for those of you wondering, I actually already turned it over. Well, Frankie turned it over before I did, but that's okay. Just with socket and it's been sitting for 3 years, so you worry, but turned over really easy. It's going to turn over even easier when we change the fluids and everything like that. So I'm gonna go get some sandwich bags before this turns ugly. So after showing up 3 hours late, Mason is here, as well as Frankie. That's the terrible angle. We're a couple beers in, which is fine. Frankie's going to talk to you all about what we're doing with the engine.
So welcome everybody to Grant's channel. Theme of tonight is bad decisions. And if you couldn't tell, that's why we're tearing down a 2J. And to make things more serious, Grant here off camera just committed to quitting his job and doing YouTube full time with his 80 subscribers. Because he believes in you just like we believe in you. From here, what we're about to do is finish tearing down the engine. We've got into a long block and we're about to take off the cams and the head and see, hopefully, that there's no damage and that it's in wonderful shape, ready for boot. Your Ziploc bag, because you're choosing not to use the Ziploc bag.
I have them right over there. I have this one right here. It's full of,
What's that for?
this one, these ones. Shut up. I was told to take those off. And now I'm realizing it may have been a mistake. Alright guys, we are back for day 2 of pulling things apart on the engine. Mason's here. Frankie said he'd be here at noon. It's 4 o'clock. Just want to throw that on there for the record.
We're just now getting started. It's 4 o'clock, so it's not that far behind.
He said he'd be here at noon. I just want to put that on the record. And so we took the valve covers off yesterday and it looks freaking mint. So the amount of wear that we see is minimal at most, and honestly it looks like somebody had freshened up the engine right before the car itself got in a wreck, and then that's where we are here. Now, wow, that's a lot of white balance. You know, that should be autoed, whatever. So it looks really, really good. Next we're going to take off the entire front section, Vanos gear, not Vanos, damn it, it's VVTI. The VVTI gear, and then take off the cams, and then followed by the head, and we'll see a hopefully non-blown head gasket, and then I don't know, put you on the time lapse and see where we get.
DC sells cheaper cam gears. They aren't the cool ones that everybody has, but they're $300, but it would delete your VVTI.
No, I don't want to delete my VVTI.
I don't think you should delete it either.
Look who showed up. He showed up like 10 minutes after we said he wasn't here. We have put together a list of the stuff that we don't have for the engine to hopefully put it together within the next today or tomorrow or whenever we feel like finishing it up. Whenever I feel like finishing it up, I guess. Don't have the bit to pull the head off. Mason's putting together a list, and we're going to make a parts run and be right back. Alright guys, it has been a couple of days, almost a week, since we took valve covers off with the cams and everything. I finally got these ridiculous bits in. It is a 12 millimeter triple square bit. Anyway, let's get to building the engine. It's been way too long since I have been back at this thing. Frankie, what have we found?
We found a little bit of rust in the cylinders. Not something we super wanted. We were fingers crossed hoping for a built motor that we got for nothing, because, you know, who doesn't like winning the lottery? But, you know, you got to make do with what you got, so we'll figure it out.
It's got a lot of carbon buildup, a little bit of rust. The coolant passages have a ton of rust. Cast iron block, it's been sitting for a couple of years. What a surprise. Frankie just wished me luck on how, you know, cleaning that out, so I'm sure that'll be fun. We've got this little non-abrasive tool. That way I can clean up the top of the block, and it won't dig into anything. It'll just scuff it up, clean it up real nice. Like, we're gonna get on to doing that. They look so good. So glad that Frankie had those little rubber discs. I don't know, they're great. Cleaned it up super well, not abrasive at all. After that, we took some of the WD-40, or the equivalent, more expensive WD-40. Went ahead and soaked down the cylinder walls and the pistons themselves, and then turned it over a couple times, got it loose, and then cleaned it all up, cleaned the inside of the cylinder walls, make sure all of that is good to go. Did that twice, and it is cleaned up really, really well. You can turn it over by hand or whatever. So the next dilemma is that we have a front sump. We can pretty much either trade them on super forums, like for a rear sump or whatever, or I can just buy a new one and then sell this. But we do need to go ahead and get that going so that we can put the oil pump on the front. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and tape up the top, because what I want to do next, because I can't do the oil pump, is go ahead and tomorrow, because it's getting late today, because I have a real job. YouTube is not full-time for someone who has, at this point in time, I think 82 subscribers, something like that, whatever. So make sure to subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends, whatever. So what we're going to do next is take all this nastiness off the side of the block. We'll just take an easy drill, wire wheels, get all of it off. But we'll do that tomorrow, and then we're going to hit it with some semi-gloss black engine enamel. Pick that up today. We'll also work on the painting the valve covers. I will see y'all tomorrow. So good. The next step in the process is painting these boys right here. We've got this to paint with tomorrow because it's already getting pretty late. For me, it's going to be like 24 hours, and for y'all, it's going to be like 24 milliseconds. All right, it has been a couple of days. Frankie's still here. He's been here the whole time. All 7 days that I haven't worked on this JZ. And he talked me into not to working out today so that we could finish putting the head on this. So that's the plan for today, is put the head back on with our ARP head studs and all that. Yeah, we're just gonna hop into it. We're hopefully not gonna screw it up that bad. Oh yeah. Freaking dead on. Says, oh, that was so easy to take this off. Look, I just unscrewed it as I showed you in a small time-lapse or some odd thing, and then it just comes right up. This is a lie. It took forever to get that freaking RTV off of here. We think that all these little pieces that we found in here are possibly bearing material. I'm hoping that it was the excessive RTV that this guy used, but it's looking more and more like little metal shavings.
I'm sure having an awesome time hanging out with you.
The moment of truth. It looks great. Alright, stick it back together. I'm looking at it right now. It looks amazing. Alright, so bad news. We found a little bit of metal in the oil pan. Check out all of our rod bearings and main bearings, but we read a single forum that said we could just retorque it all down. So we're going to do that. Why couldn't this be easy? Why could none of this be freaking easy? So the camera died, but in good news, we found out that the bearings are brand stinking new. So we're just gonna move on, and we're gonna put our ARP head studs on. Yeah, and then we'll get to clean the head and all that other shit. So all that other stuff. Beep that out, Nathan. Head studs. We're about to RTV the new oil pump. We'll throw the timing gear back on, and then we will put our ARP head studs in. Alright guys, it has been a couple of days. We went home for the weekend. My brother and I see friends and family and everything like that. Got to catch up. Congratulations to Lane on being dad. Happy birthday, Logan. And congrats, Ty, on getting engaged. So it was a big weekend. It was an exciting weekend. Next we're going to check if our head's level and throw it back on there and torque it all down. So, time lapse. Alright, so as y'all guys saw, we got the head torqued down. Before we moved on and everything, I wanted to go ahead and paint the valve covers. We are going to do it in a wrinkle black. And on that. So now we're going to go ahead and hop on to putting our cams in. Putting the cams back in. I'm putting the cams back in. Alright, so we have put in one cam gear. They're not torqued down. I'll do that all at one time. I just kind of screwed them down to where now they're flush. There's like zero pressure on it at all, so you don't have to worry about the cam snap or anything like that. But cam is cleaned off, everything, all the RTV around here was cleaned off. So now what we're gonna do is use some ultra slick lube. Alright, now that we are finally lubed up, I feel like there's a good joke for lube, and it's just not popping in my head right now. Alright, so now that we've got our cams installed and torqued to the right spec, what we're going to do now is install our oil pump, which is right down here. So the camera died when I was trying to put on the water pump, which I mistakenly called the oil pump. But all of that is on except for a couple of bolts, which I'm sure are around here somewhere. Tried to label everything, didn't really work out. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this one. I didn't want to make this video like 45 minutes long, so I'm going to break it into two parts. One will drop when you're watching this right now, and the other will probably drop on about Tuesday of next week. They want to string it along for 2 weeks, and I'll drop a different video on Thursday or Friday of next week as well. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn the little bell notifications on, as well as like this video. It helps out a ton, and if you haven't done so already, make sure to follow me on Instagram. Yeah, but that's going to do it for this one. So I'll catch y'all next time. Later.